President Trump is ramping up his attacks on Chicago as he prepares to send possible federal enforcement to the city. Peaceful protesters hitting the streets following the president's apparent threat on social media. Many people expected to see DHS operations in the city this weekend, but that hasn't been the case so far. ABC's Alex Stone joins me live from the Little Village neighborhood in Chicago. Alex, Little Village is known to be a vibrant area. So what's the mood like today?
Hey there, Ike. Well, it's relatively quiet here in what would normally be busy, not only being a Sunday, but Mexican Independence Day celebrations getting going this weekend and into next weekend. We've been talking to a number of vendors and restaurants, barber shops that are along this stretch of roadway here through the middle of the area, and they say it is very quiet, and it's been quiet for some time because of the threat of the increased immigration enforcement, and the people have just left the area. The vendors have decided that they're not going to show up, that customers would be coming in, that they're not coming in as well. So there's no immigration enforcement that we've seen anywhere around Chicago, but even still, people are saying, look, that they're afraid to come out and they're staying away from this area.
And Alex, that street you're on is home to a 2-mile stretch of small businesses. What are you hearing from them specifically?
Yeah, the people are scared, and that's what we've heard from all around Chicago. We were out yesterday at Naval Station Great Lakes, where it's believed that the federal agents are going to be headquartered when and if they do actually end up coming into Chicago. And we talked to one young man who said that he was very scared, that he only lives a block away from the naval station, and that his parents would be among those that, if federal agents find them, would be deported, and that he just cannot imagine life without his parents at his age, with his siblings, if they do find his parents. So among the immigrant community here around Chicago and here in Little Village as well, there is definitely that concern. And the president's social media posting that you talked about last night, where he said Chicago's about to find out why it's called the Department of War, what he renamed the Department of Defense last week, that just amped everything up again. He did say today, though, that he's not declaring war on Chicago and that he wants the streets to be safer in general. But that messaging to the people here was that federal agents and maybe even troops were about to come in. None of that has gone on. We have not seen any ramp up today whatsoever in the streets. No sign that anything is changing, at least today.
All right, Alex Stone, thank you for that update. And ABC senior White House correspondent Selena Wang joins me now for more from the White House. Selena, you just spoke to the president. What did he tell you about his escalating threats against cities like Chicago?
Yeah, Ike, I spoke to the president as he was leaving the White House to attend the U.S. Open, and I asked him in specific why he was targeting Democratic strongholds like Chicago, like Boston, and all of this coming also as DHS has confirmed to us that ICE operations are now underway in Boston. And take a listen to what the president told me here.
Why? Let me ask you. Yeah. Really higher than Chicago? You're not. Excuse me. Do you know how many people were killed in Chicago last weekend? 8. You know how many people were killed in Chicago the week before? 7. You know how many people were wounded? 74 people were wounded. You think there's worse than that? I don't think so.
But despite what the president said, FBI data shows that, in fact, Memphis and St. Louis do have significantly higher murder rates than both Chicago and Boston. The president is also defending his plans for Chicago and other cities, saying that they're cleaning up these American cities.